with this idea I've had. And when more people come on, I want to get some feedback on this. But if you're watching this after, I'll just explain this idea that I've had. And I think it fits into this, and it fits into light sorcery too. So my idea here is inclusionary Christianity, inclusionary Westernism, perhaps even, to expand into that, because I even feel that people that have experienced Christianity but still choose to say they believe more in scientific ideas, like, quantum mechanics or something like that. Anybody who's ever heard or been influenced by Christian mythology at all, and I'm taking this. Anybody who's been exposed to Christian ideas, mythology, no matter what your reaction is, if you became, a hardcore Christian, you're still not a hardcore Christian, Orthodox Christian. If you're a Gnostic Christian, if you're a Thelemic, if you're a Satanist, you're still some form of denomination, even if you're a problem child denomination of Christianity. I would mix Mahayana Buddhism, which believes that anybody who experienced Buddhism at all, no matter what their reaction is, we should all strive to pull these people who've experienced Buddhism to the idea of heaven in Buddhism, which is nirvana, which is escaping samsara and going to nirvana, which is actually to cease to exist, which is foreign to the Western mind. That's why this is a Western concept of that. So whatever our idea of heaven is, whether we want to believe in reincarnation or not, like the Buddhists do, whatever your idea of heaven is, I believe a true Christian, an inclusionary Christian, which I believe would be the only Christian that makes sense to me at this moment, would want to bring everybody in and not only witness to Christ to people who are already converted or already trying to do the right things and backsliding and all this kind of stuff. Even people that totally reject the whole idea of Christianity and go the other way and say, I believe in Satan. Still, as a Christian, you should strive to bring those people to your idea. And you got to make this up on your own. And as a Gnostic Christian, I believe you make up your own idea, whether there's reincarnation involved, whether there's scientists like quantum immortality or quantum mechanics, any of that kind of stuff. I would challenge any Christian to bring anybody, even people, into witchcraft, because witchcraft is definitely influenced by Christianity. I mean, it says never suffer a witch. If they would have never talked about witches in the Bible, they would have probably never used that word, in the witchcraft as we know it, and modern incantation of witchcraft would have never happened. And I know, people say paganism existed and all that, but that's largely a mythology, I feel. You can have your own ideas on it. Inclusionary Christianity. If you've ever experienced the Christian mythology at all, no matter what your reaction is, if you became a Satanist, you became a Thelemite, you became a Gnostic Christian, you became an Orthodox Christian, a Catholic, Mormon, Jehovah's Witness, any of these denominations, you're still, even a Satanist is a problem child denomination. And a true Christian, an inclusionary Christian, should try to bring and still accept them and some extension of this, all human beings, into their idea of whatever their ultimate positive reality is after death, or whatever, whether you believe in reincarnation or not, or whatever you make out. As a Christian, you should strive to bring everybody with you and not say, well, these are Satanists, they were the adversary, so we hate them. And I think it's the same way around with Satanists. They should strive to bring Christians to their side and include them in whatever their ideas are. If you don't do that, then you're just kind of preaching to the choir. You're just trying to, you're just, if you're only witness to Christ to people that are trying to actually be Christians or are already Christians, and you hate everybody else who says they're not a Christian, is that really Christianity? Is that what Christ would have done? Did he have, when the Romans came with their Roman gods, did Christ say, well, hey, if you don't get me, then, I'm sorry, I mean, if you're worshiping Zeus, then I got nothing for you. I don't think he would have done that. And this is the idea that I have. I think it fits into Dark Sorcery. I'm going to make this video also in Light Sorcery. And I've also got this on my, I'll have it on my channel as well. It's I've made a video about it. I'm putting up on YouTube. And this live will be saved here. If anybody has any ideas on this, please comment. I'll go live again if anybody wants to try to talk about this. I want to do a video with Alfredo on this when he's available. I'm going to talk to him about it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what his ideas are on that. We could probably do it on Light Sorcery or Dark Sorcery, either one. But that's came to me, and I think that's something that could really be really big for modern Christianity. I mean, because I really look at Christianity in three paths. Just like the Buddhists have three paths. The Buddhists have the Theravada, the Mahayana, and the Tantric. The Tibetan type Buddha, stuff mixed with Tibetan stuff. There's a name for it in Pali, but I can't think of it right now. But so those are the three main paths of Buddhism. In Christianity, I would consider the main paths to be Orthodox Christianity, which is all the Protestantism, the Catholicism, Mormonism, whatever. All the more orthodox ideas of Christianity in the first path. The second I would call Gnostic Christianity, which would include Thelema, which would include any kind of Gnostic, most things, anybody who considers themselves Gnostic, that actually follows Christianity using texts other than the Orthodox Bible that we have, using other texts like that. And there could be gray lines. And I would consider the third path of Christianity the anti-religions, Satanism, witchcraft, paganism, all these ideas that are like counter religions to Christianity are still problem child denominations of Christianity. In my view, I would look at it those three ways, and I would say, as a middle path, I would consider myself more of a Mahayana Gnostic Christian, and I would say all three paths would have to come to my ultimate reality of what happens after, whether it's going to heaven, whether you believe it's being Christ-like, whether it's being a God, or being like God, or whatever you work out in your own theology. I challenge people to work that out in their own theology and bring everybody along with them. That's my video for this. I hope you liked it. Like I said, me and Alfredo are going to work on a video on this, I hope. I think he's open for it. I don't know what his schedule is, but look forward for that. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Watch the video again if you're not. I really like this idea. I think it's going to really take off, and maybe I'll start my own religion. I'm feeling smart. I'm going to start my own religion. Okay, thank you. This is the live. I'll be going. We'll be doing a show on this, and have a great day. Best to you and yours always.